Coming up on Mountain News this morning, even after the success of the Kentucky and Tennessee blood drive, Kentucky Blood Center is still searching for more donations. And Saturday, God's Pantry helped families with a special treat before the holiday season.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 5:30 on November 20th. Now let's check in with meteorologist Cameron Aaron for a look at your forecast this morning. And Cameron, it is chilly out there, and I know that there is a little bit of rain in the forecast for this evening, which we've been needing over the last couple of weeks, so that's good.
Yeah, exactly. We are dry this morning, but we are tracking those rain chances to increase by tonight. Also tracking some winds to increase by tonight as well. But again, we are dry and cool this morning. Here is a look at the radar as you walk out the door. And again, we are dry. Those clouds continue to increase, though, as that next weather system is knocking on the door. As we zoom out, you can see some showers over western Kentucky, also western Tennessee. And notice that spin in the atmosphere over Kansas, also Oklahoma. That is an upper level low, and that will continue to push off to the east. So that means more showers on the way as we go into tonight. Also on Tuesday, some soggy weather is on the way tonight. Some widespread showers. We could see upwards of an inch of rain in some areas. The good news, no severe weather, but some heavier pockets of showers are possible. Also tracking some gusty winds for most of us between 20 to 30 miles per hour. But in those higher elevations, close to the Kentucky and Virginia border, we could see upwards of 50-mile-per-hour gusts as we go into tonight. But we are trending drier for your Thanksgiving holiday, also into Black Friday. Temperatures this morning are cool in the upper 20s and 30s and 40s, so we kind of have numbers all over the board. But a nice rebound is on the way later on today. Highs back in the 60s, trending a little bit cooler, though, for Thanksgiving, also by Black Friday. Those details plus your full 7-day forecast on the way in just a few minutes. Olivia?
Cameron, thank you. For more than 3 decades, UK and Tennessee fans have taken the rivalry from the football field to a blood drive. This year, the Kentucky Blood Center beat Tennessee 2,200 to 2,000. And as Samantha Valentino shows us, even after last week's win, KBC still needs donors.
2,199 donors helped the Kentucky Blood Center crush Tennessee's Medic Regional Blood Center in this year's Big Blue Crush.
It's one of our biggest events at KBC every year, and a big push to get people to donate in advance of the Thanksgiving holiday week. We know that's a time when, unfortunately, donations are going to go down.
This year's total was KBC's most since 2019, before the COVID-19 pandemic impacted operations and donor turnout.
Numbers have just never been the same. We have seen some modest improvements, some encouraging signs over the last year where donors are starting to get back in the habit, and people that had stopped donating have come back. And this event is another sort of another encouraging sign for us to look at that maybe we're starting to return to pre-pandemic levels.
KBC blood donations supply more than 70 hospitals across Kentucky. Blood transfusions are used for everything from cancer treatments to car accidents. The Big Blue Crush helps stock the shelves before Thanksgiving week, but they still need more donors.
That need for blood never slows down. So, like, yes, we want to pat ourselves on the back a little bit and say, hey, great week. We're really proud of what we did, but that doesn't mean that we can then, forget about blood donation.
In Lexington, Samantha Valentino, WKYT.
KBC donor centers will be open today and Tuesday under normal hours. They'll close at 2 p.m. on Wednesday, will be closed on Thanksgiving, and will return to normal hours on Friday. A man is in jail after a shooting in Madison County. It happened just before 5 o'clock Friday evening at a home on Gravel Lick Road. State police say 58-year-old Steve Dargaville shot at 34-year-old Jonas Skaggs during a fight. Skaggs was taken to UK Medical Center but is expected to be okay. Dargaville was arrested at a different home. He is charged with first-degree assault, wanton endangerment, and terroristic threatening. A man that was missing for nearly 3 years in Clay County was found dead. Robert Bob Estep, age 69, was found by another hunter in a remote area under an ATV. Estep went missing on December 15, 2020. The Clay County coroner says that he was near Kentucky 149 across from Britton Branch. This is where his family believed he was. Police say that no foul play is suspected. On Saturday, the Martin County School District made a post on Facebook about the death of a principal. Brian Charles was the current principal of Martin County High School and the former principal of Warfield Elementary School. The school district says that Charles was a devoted and lifelong educator who will be missed by the community. Funeral arrangements have not been announced at this time. First responders in Wayne County responded to a car crash in Monticello yesterday. The two-vehicle crash happened on the Kentucky 90 bypass in front of the Ace Hardware in Monticello. Monticello police and fire departments arrived, as well as Wayne County Sheriff's Office and EMS. One of the drivers was Sheila Vanover, 57, of Monticello. She and her 6-year-old passenger were flown to Lake Cumberland Regional Hospital and then to UK Medical Center. The driver of the other car, Robert Hockenberry, 53, of Monticello, was uninjured, but his passenger, Amanda Burchett, 47, of Monticello, was taken to Wayne County Hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. Members of the United Auto Workers Union at Ford Motors have approved their labor deal. According to the final vote that was posted Saturday, 69% of its members voted to ratify the agreement. In comparison, only 55% of members at General Motors voted in favor of a similar deal. Members at Stellantis are also voting on their contract, and a partial result on the UAW ratification vote tracker shows 69% so far have voted yes. God's Pantry Food Bank reports the Feeding America National Office estimates over 220,000 Central and Eastern Kentuckians are food insecure. Saturday, God's Pantry Food Bank, along with many volunteers, provided families with a special treat ahead of the holiday season. WYMT's Jack Demler has more from London.
I got the tiger. You have a happy Thanksgiving.
1 in 6. That's the number of people in Central and Eastern Kentucky who don't know where their next meal is coming from. This coming from God's Pantry Food Bank Development Manager Alex Maddox. But ahead of the holiday season, many gathered in London to provide hundreds of families with a Thanksgiving surprise.
It's an emotional connection because you realize you're not only just feeding somebody's stomach, but you're feeding their heart, you're feeding their soul, and that's important because you get to share. Hey, have Thanksgiving, have a wonderful day. We love you, and so it really reaches out and helps connect to the community in a special way.
With the help of volunteers, God's Pantry Food Bank made 600 Thanksgiving boxes to feed around 500 families as a part of their Sharing Thanksgiving program.
I enjoy my Thanksgiving dinner knowing that a lot of people around me are also having Thanksgiving dinner. So if it means spending a couple hours in the cold to give that to 600 people, then I'm willing to do that. Makes my Thanksgiving 10 times better.
And giving both families and volunteers a special feeling.
Oh, it just warms my heart. We had a little girl in the back seat a minute ago that was just so excited, and they get to work and help prepare, and this also gives them a time to spend time with their family, preparing food and meals for Thanksgiving.
Just seeing the people's faces and the smiles and just very appreciative.
I'd like to second that, just seeing how happy people are, receiving the gift that came from lots of different sources,
Giving full plates to those in need in a time of giving. In London, Jack Demler, WYMT Mountain News.
God's Pantry Food Bank is distributing a total of 1,200 Thanksgiving meals in Clay, Jackson, Laurel, Owsley, and Rockcastle County through their Sharing Thanksgiving program. The University of Kentucky Police is upholding a Christmas tradition. Cram the Cruiser is the police department's way of honoring Jonathan Ard. Ard was a special forces officer who died in 2016. UK Police Chief Joe Monroe says cramming the Cruiser with toys for kids of all ages is his favorite time of the year.
I start growing the beard in usually about April or May, so I can really have the true Santa beard going on. And it's one of the favorite things I love to do and really have fun in being the role as a chief of police. And in doing so, it gives us a chance to give back to the kids at the hospital who may not be able to get out and see Santa, have Santa come visit them.
The department will be collecting donations for kids ages newborn to teen from now until December 15th. The Santa train made its annual trip to the mountains, stopping in Elkhorn City. Volunteers passed out backpacks, toys, food, and more for the hundreds of people that were there. Folks from the Elkhorn City Baptist Church were there handing out hot chocolate and coffee as folks waited in the cold. Pastor Richard Green says it's important to be there for the community, even in times of joy.
We knew there would be a lot of folks here, and so we believe that if folks come into our community, we as a church need to be there. Church is not just Sunday morning at 11 o'clock, it's being out in the community and being active. So we put together the opportunity to give out coffee, hot chocolate, and donuts. We have Bibles that we had at the church, so we gave those out.
Green says seeing folks grab some early Christmas presents is always nice, as this is the 81st trip for the Santa train. Something new is getting started in downtown Hazard just 3 months after taking over the property formerly known as the Treehouse Cafe and Bakery. The Gold Line opened its doors to the public. Saturday, community members got the chance to try the new bar and grill with appetizers and a limited menu. With the turnout Jeff Norman was not expecting, the biggest concern was running out of food. Regardless, Norman says despite the hiccups they experienced during their first day, it has all been a positive experience.
I've not had not one person walk out the door complaining. They've said the food was phenomenal, and which is what we wanted. And we open with a limited menu, and we'll roll out more each week until we get our full menu going and our full processes in place.
Norman says he has also had a lot of help from friends, and while there have been a lot of learning experiences, it's all about getting better each day. And coming up, Kurt Cobain's famous guitar sold over the weekend for more than $1 million.
And the forecast is looking soggy and windy by tonight, also on Tuesday. Those details coming up after this break.